day that the Lord has made. We are highlighting discipleship. But in this particular word this morning, we're going to be talking about how to reflect Christ, the reflection. Are we the reflection of Jesus Christ? All right? Are you there? Psalm 118. It should be up on the board, I believe. We'll start reading in verse 14. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. The voice of rejoicing in salvation is in the tents of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord does valiantly. I shall not die. What does it say next? But live. I declare the works of the Lord. The Lord has chastened me severely, but he has not given me over to death. Somebody shout hallelujah. Hallelujah. Open to me the gates of righteousness. I will go through them, and I will praise the Lord. This is the gate of the Lord, through which the righteous shall enter. I will praise you, for you have answered me, and have become my salvation. The stones which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone. This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in our eyes. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Can we say amen for God? If you notice now, that verse 24, we see two things happening. We see this is the day God made, but then we see a gap, and then there's a journey to rejoicing and be glad in it. And some of us, depending on the day, we never reach the point where we're glad and we're rejoicing in the day. Just like today, it doesn't matter if it's rain, if it's cloudy, if it's a storm, it's the day God made. Hallelujah. And we have to learn to find the joy in the day. Because if we don't, it's going to diffuse our reflection of who we are in Christ. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because I'm looking for those of you to be more conscious of being a disciple maker. Hallelujah. We can only do so much behind the four walls of the church, but the world is out there. Jesus is coming. One day, we're all going to stand before him and give an account. Hallelujah. We're going to give an account. And it's not going to be based, it's going to be based on, how you act and what you've done and all that, but it's going to more so be about how you and I were a reflection of Jesus Christ to the dying world. I'm not trying to say that we have to go out there and save everybody. I'm not even one of those that wants to force you to serve my God. But I'm going to love you. Hallelujah. I'm going to act like I know Jesus around you. And then hopefully at some point in time, you will ask me, you will need something. And then I can introduce my God to you. All right? And so what happens now is, depending on the day, depending on what's going on in our lives, we do not reflect Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. And therefore, when we don't reflect him, he can't draw all men unto him. Two things I want to look at today. Hallelujah. One, you can write this down. A, what requirements did I meet to become a disciple of Jesus Christ? What were the requirements? And the reason why we're asking that question is because if you were to run into someone who was going through some things and they said, listen, I heard you're a Christian, and you know what, I've been feeling like God has been knocking at the door of my heart. What do I have to do to be saved? Would you be able to instruct that person and lead that person to Jesus Christ? See, it's real easy to say, I want to invite you to my church. We got to get, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we got to get to the point where we are disciple makers, where we are prepared to give an account of the faith that we believe. Hallelujah. How many people have you and I come across, whether it be a Bible study, whether it be on the job or whatever, where they witness Jesus Christ to us? You know, I'm standing there because somebody told me about it.
Amen.
It's not because I came to church. I finally came to church when I was ready to say I'm done. I made up my mind I can't live my life this way anymore. I've messed up so many times. I thought I knew it all. I'm going to church with my mother. I came to church when I was ready. But it was those out there that shared little things with me. Amen. So what requirements did I meet to become a disciple of Jesus Christ? Let's look at Romans chapter 10, verses 5 through 10. Would you just turn there, please? How many of you have your sword with you today, your Bible? Wave it at me if you would, please. Excuse me, y'all. Romans chapter 10. We're looking at the requirements to become a disciple of Jesus Christ. And if you look at one of your handouts, you'll see that, and some of you already know this, but you have in your hand what we call the sinner's prayer. Y'all see that there? And it's not orderly, but it's something that in case you don't know how to lead someone to Christ, it's a simple prayer that will help you lead someone to Christ. Amen. Just some guidelines. Like I said, a lot of us in here already know that, but I'm making sure, just in case you don't know how to lead somebody, there's a simple prayer you pray. Amen?
Amen.
All right, let's look at verse 5. If you're there, say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It says, for Moses writes about the righteousness which is of the law, the man who does those things shall live by them. So we know now before Christ, mankind or the Jews lived by the laws of Moses. Don't do this and don't do that, right? Written laws. Verse 6, but the righteousness of faith speaks in this way. Do not say in your heart, who will ascend into heaven, that is to bring Christ down from above, or who will descend to the abyss, that is to bring Christ up from the dead. But what does it say? The word is near you, in your mouth and in your heart. That is the word of faith. What the writer Paul is saying here now is when Moses received the law, he went up on the mountain and he came down with tablets. So what he's saying is we move past that process. We are under the system of faith now. Faith is different than following laws. Okay? And he says in verse 8, the word is near you and in your mouth and in your heart. The word of faith which we preach. Verse 9, that if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with the heart one believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. Okay? So let me use me as an example. Before I came to Christ, my heart was in a different place. My heart was about serving the other God, the false God, the phony, the devil. He was your father at one point in time too. But my heart was not open to receive Jesus. My heart did not acknowledge it needed Jesus. My heart didn't acknowledge that I was a sinner. But at some point in time, I said, Lord, come in my life. I'm going to give it over to you. That was done in my heart. See, the heart stores everything. And what's in the heart, the mouth is going to speak. So you can tell where you are some days when you get up in the morning and things are not that good. You can tell where your heart is because of what comes out of your mouth. That's why the writer is saying here, it's not so much about the confession. The confession is important, but it's the the heart. And when the heart says, Jesus, come in, now I'm ready to speak it. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's why we have to learn to be careful about the words that come out of our mouth, because that's a reflection of what's in your heart. Hallelujah. So when someone accepts Jesus Christ, they have now said in their heart, you know what? I do need someone to lead my life. You know what? I am a sinner. You know what? He died in my place. And yes, I believe he rose from the dead. That's all being done in the heart. When the heart now says yes, then when confession comes forth. Hallelujah. So now when you're leading someone to Christ, you're going to see a heart change first. Sometimes folks don't want to hear it. But after a while, you're going to see the heart change. And then when the heart changes, hallelujah, that's when we invite Christ in. I mean, you know, it's not about this body. This body is housing you. You are inside. But you are going to depart this body. God is connected. The thief on the cross never had, he was a criminal. He was being punished for a crime he committed. And he said, Jesus, remember me when you get to your kingdom. He acknowledged in his heart that he had deserved what he was getting. He acknowledged that in his heart. He recognized that he had done nothing wrong. And he recognized that he was the Son of God. And Jesus said, today you'll be with me in paradise. It all started with that thief having a change in his heart. Amen. Let me read this scripture. Don't turn there. Proverbs 2. You can write it down. Verses 10 through 12. When wisdom enters your heart and knowledge is pleasant to the soul. Good combination there, right? Wisdom enters the heart. I recognize, wow, I am a sinner. I need Jesus. I accept Jesus. Then it says, and knowledge is pleasant to your soul. Discretion will preserve you. Understanding will keep you to deliver you from the way of evil. Hallelujah. We are talking about the heart. We walk by faith. Confession from the mouth is a reflection of what's going on in the heart. So when you lead someone to Jesus Christ, that prayer is very simplified. It is an acknowledgement that I am a sinner and that Jesus died in my place. Hallelujah. And God raised him from the dead. And now I want him to come into my heart and be Lord of my life. It's just that simple. Hallelujah. So now, in case you're sitting here and you say, you know what? I got somebody on the job that's been talking to me, my neighbor, whoever. Now I know how to lead them constructively.
That's right.
To come to know Jesus Christ. Can we say amen? All right. Now we said we had two things we need to establish. So now we've established the requirements to become a disciple. Now that I am a disciple of Jesus Christ, how can I be a reflection of him with all the challenges I face each day? All right? So we're going to look at some of the conditions that we face on a daily basis. The first thing is, write this down, the task. We all face the task. This represents the things that we are obligated to that day, right? Obligation. Could be work, right? Could be school. Maybe I have a doctor's appointment, right? Maybe I have to get the car fixed. Regardless, every day we wake up, there is a task in front of us.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Y'all with me, right? All right? So now, when we talk about the task, right? Sometimes we are starting our day off frustrated about the task.
Amen.
And since this is the day that the Lord has made, you started that ain't it. See, the enemy now looks for you and I every single day to keep us from rejoicing and being glad in the day that God has made. Hallelujah. You need to start praising God for your job.
Amen.
Hallelujah. How many of you lost your job, you would not be able to pay your bills? Regardless how bad it is, regardless of what, who you don't like on the job, if you lost your job, you would not be able to pay your bills. Amen. When you get up in the morning, regardless of what's going on the job, start thanking God for the job. If I have a doctor's appointment, I'm thanking God He's going to go with me to the doctor's. Huh? When we talk about the task of the day, that's what we're obligated. Our obligations of that day. Okay? What is our attitude toward the task? Because if the enemy's there already, your day now is open target for other things to add. All right? Y'all with me so far? All right? The next thing now is I'm calling this baggage carry-ons. Okay? We're talking about, these are some of the conditions we face on a daily basis. I mean, when me and my wife travel, she loves the carry-ons. She loves the carry-ons. And she teases me because I got I carry, it looks like a trunk. I carry so much stuff. But I want to make sure I have everything I need.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah. And when you know it, every time we get ready to leave, oh, can I put this in yours because it don't fit in mine? She gonna say something later, but she can't say that now. The point now, when you have a carry-on, if you got a half an hour or 45-minute wait, everywhere you go in the airport, the carry-on's with you. You go in the bathroom, it's right there with you. You go in the shop to buy something, it's right there with you. You sit down to get something to eat, it's right there with you. Everywhere you go, you got to take that carry-on with you. What is a carry-on? Some examples. These are conditions that add layers of discomfort. Carry-ons. Let's just say the loss of a loved one. And we're still grieving that. We're carrying that. There's a layer there, right? Having trouble in my marriage, right? Me and the other half ain't getting along. Things aren't good. That's a carry-on. Finances, struggling in our finances. Way behind on our bills. That's what we would call a carry-on. Health issues. You know what I mean? Just health issues, major health issues. Okay? So again now, we're talking about this is the day that the Lord has made. We're talking about conditions we face. We've already gone through the task, but now we're looking at the baggage carrying. These are things we're carrying with us. Okay? Hallelujah. And we got to get to a point now where we start recognizing the little areas in which the enemy is robbing our peace and joy. Because if he can steal your joy, he can steal your praise. And if he can steal your praise now, he can mess with your connection with God. Because if you can't praise God, you can't hear God. And if you can't hear God, you're going to listen to yourself. Okay? You're going to listen to the flesh. And then the enemy, he just jumps right in there and then he starts having a party. Hallelujah. So we got the task. We got baggage carry-on. We don't even know these baggage carry-ons are hanging around. Hallelujah. All right? And then the next thing a condition is I'm calling it the whispers of oppression. This represents